Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of My World Tanks Replays. This time we are here on Airfield in a platoon of T-34s. Yeah, the Tier 5 Russian medium tank. One of the iconic Tier 5 tanks from World War II sitting there at Tier 5. So yeah, this tank is very much a flanker. And I am currently mounting the 57mm gun, so it is also a damage per minute machine. So we're going to head over to the northern airfield side of the map and see what we can do over there, see if we can get around tanks, put some shots into them, use our DPM to our advantage. The DPM of this thing sits around somewhere in the range of the 2000s, I believe. It's a really high DPM. I do not know the DPM off the top of my head, but I believe this thing also has about a 2.1, 2.2 second reload with 112 penetration and 85 damage. So that is very, very nice. So we are just going to head up here and see what we can find pretty much. And our M3 spots a T1 heavy, and he appears not to have health. Let me fix that. What? No, damn it. The replay system? Possibly one of the most terrible things I've ever seen in my life. Ugh, they just destroyed everything. I don't know what they did with the replay system, but they really screwed it up somehow. And, okay. That's a little bit better. We know that T1 Heavy is 600 health now. So, yeah, we're going to head over here and see if we can get some unsuspecting shots, or shots into some of these unsuspecting tanks. There is T-25 in the sniping spot. I will gladly throw some fire his direction, see if I can take away from that nice slab of 610 health. And pretty quickly I do take out 171 health, but he's going to get away. So there was a T1 Heavy over here, and I don't really know what's around this corner. Let me just probe what's over here. Take a shot at the T-25 as it comes around, but I don't really feel terribly safe quite yet. If I want to come around that corner, I got to be cautious. As you see there, artillery's firing at me. So we're going to only go as far around as we can. It would be very nice to get this M2, so let's get him out of the game. And there we go. That's the first kill of the game. Already put a fair amount of damage into things. This gun fires very fast and kills things very quickly. And so we're just going to play a little bit of a pop-out game with this T1 Heavy. A little surprising that 2 of those shots bounced. But with a little aim from first-person view, we should have no problem going through the cheek armor of this T1 Heavy. So I can just sit here and out DPM him, even bounce a few shots because he clearly has a stock gun. And don't forget, it may be 45mm, but it is a pretty darn extreme angle on the T-34, and if you slope it, it's even better. So throwing a couple shots into the MX-40, we have 2 kills at this point and have done quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to back up, hold on a second, and see if I can charge across with a little momentum and loop back behind these guys and possibly kill that T-25 if he's still over there. Shooting a move with a gun shooting on the move with a gun that shoots as fast is always recommended, unless it's going to compromise your if you're spotted or not. But because you're never going to have a situation where you're like, crap, I needed to be reloaded, because with that low of a reload, that's just never going to happen. So this T-25 is completely unsuspecting. He finally notices me, but at this point it's too late, and he is just going to bail out on me. Fine, I'll let my teammates kill you gladly. So I'm gonna see if I can try to take out this T-34 first. Takes a shot at me. It appears he's stock, so he either has a very bad gun or a very bad rate of fire for said gun. So we're just gonna quickly hose him down, get his life over with. He's pretty much given up at this point. And that is 1 dead T-34, so that is 3 kills, and I put quite a fair bit of damage in with these shots in rapid succession, as you see there. This gun is also very accurate at a range. Of course, if you aim right, but if you do, you pick up things and you get kills, like on that Chiha. So we're going to go down here because we don't like using the right way. Who would go the right way down the side of a mountain? Jeez. So yeah, it's just artillery left to hunt here now. So yeah, that's fun. We're heading up back into this area over here, see if there's any in the town. There's the Sturmpanzer, who appears to be getting lit up by that T-70, the T-70 and the Su-85. So let's see if we can just pick up ourselves an Su-26 and call this one over. Yeah, if you haven't noticed already, there's various talk about Americans and the Revolutionary War and now the Cold War. It was weird chat. But yeah, there's the Su-26. Shot in the move hits and finish him off. Could have rammed him, but I shot him. So that's that game. 5 kills. Very nice game. Platoon getting combined 6. Let's see how we did in the after action report. And welcome to the after action report, where we see that we got 39,538 gross credits and 1,319 experience. I am not quite sure if that's base experience, but we'll see that in a second. So yeah, that's a pretty solid game in itself. So let's look at the damage I did. I did 507 in 8 penetrations of that T1 Heavy, 505 to the T25, 400 to the T-34, 77 to the AMX-40, 210 to the M2 Medium, 110 to the Su-26, 84 to the Chiha, killing 5 of those vehicles. Also, damaging the track of the T1 Heavy, the track of the T-25, damaging and destroying the track of the T-34, damaging the track of the M2, and destroying the track of the Chiha. Wow, that's a lot of track damage. Along with 31 spotting damage to the T1 Heavy and 32 spotting damage to the T25, and 200 spotting damage to the Panzer Swaffel for the... I probably botched that. But that's how I'm going to pronounce it, so live with it. And 3 spots as well. So very good game overall. Let's see how we did in the team score. Yeah, pretty well. 1,100 base experience, so I guess there's a little bit of an event, some event in there. Along with 1,893 damage, which, in case you were wondering, is a very large amount for Tier 5. There's not actually that much health available on the enemy team. So to get 1,893 of it means you're getting around and you are doing a lot of damage at Tier 5. And as you'll see in the detailed report, we had to fire 42 shots, 34 of which hit, 29 of which penetrated, 29 penetrations to do that 1,893 damage. Because this is a low alpha gun, but you fire just so blisteringly fast that you end up like with games like this where you have 29 penetrations and a fair nice chunk of damage, and that is just a natural result of the gun's rate of fire. It is just ridiculous. It balances out to a great DPM on this tank. So received 3 hits, 2 pens, 1 non-pen. I mean, realistically, you'll only tend to bounce shells in Tier 5 games off of lower tier and stock vehicles. But you can't completely disregard the T-34's armor. With 330 potential damage received, 3 enemies spotted, 7 enemies damaged, and 5 enemies destroyed, with 263 damage due to my assistance. So that's very nice. Also traveling 2 kilometers and netting 35,000 credits. And 1,319 experience with some sort of bonus in there. So yeah, that was a pretty solid game in my T-34. A machine I have since sold, and I've moved on to the A-43, which I also really enjoy. But yes, this is a very nice tank. I definitely enjoyed it, and it is one hell of a fun ride with that 57mm gun and its rate of fire. So I'll see you guys on the next episode, and until then, goodbye.